I assume Ben Roethlisberger has a large head because basically he is a large human being. I don't remember seeing the forehead blotch on him. He's entering now his, 17th, 18th season in the NFL. He was drafted in 2004, so that was 17 years ago, which probably makes it year 18. I never like having to do that math, or any math for that matter. Here's what Cam Hayward had to say about Ben Roethlisberger recently on NFL Network. Ben's still got the goods. Anyone that tells you otherwise, they haven't really looked at football. You give that guy a good running game and tell him he doesn't have to throw the ball 50 or 60 times, he's going to be that much more dangerous, and I think we're looking forward to that. It's going to be pretty good longevity-wise if he wants to keep playing. I'm not going to doubt Cam Hayward because he works with the guy. He's been around him ever since he entered the league as a first-round pick back in 2011. But in 2019, week 2, elbow goes kaflooey, and Roethlisberger's out for the year. And I remember thinking at the time, is this the beginning of the breakdown for a guy who clearly isn't embracing the TB12 method? I know that folks get upset when I say that, but all you have to do is look at Ben Roethlisberger. This isn't a master of pliability.
Well, yeah.
He's not.
Right.
He's a guy who's always relied upon running around, doing what he can, playing football, and then in the offseason, he told you, the training camp before the elbow went, he doesn't throw very much at all in the offseason.
No, don't really throw that much. He's definitely not TB12, right? I mean, that's not what he is. Hey, Big Ben's that's the way he's wired. He's not TB12 or Aaron Rodgers or like that. No, he's a little bit more of, we've had some good chuckles over this over the years. He's kind of just like, yeah, I'm going to eat a burger. I'm going to go home, watch some football, come home the next day, and I'm going to play some football. Like he's not going home and studying the playbook or doing any of that. That's just not what he does. And he just does it on natural ability. I will say, though, with Cam Hayward, I'm not going to disagree with what he said. I do think he still has the goods, too. But the big thing is like what you said. It's about the health. And I think that's why that approach on the offensive side of the ball has to change. One thing that jumped out to me when free agency, in free agency, I try to go back and watch some of the players in free agency and just all right, let me focus in on these guys. You watch Juju Smith-Schuster a little bit, and that's when it really jumped out to me when I saw Big Ben early in the year last year. I went, ooh, wait, this is a different guy. He must have had something bothering him towards the end of the year and not been healthy. Because the way he threw the ball, moved in the pocket, all of those type of things, and I can't remember specifically what game it was. I'm blanking, and I need to pull up their schedule. But there was a point there in like week 5 or 6 where he tweaked his knee a little bit, and you saw the change in play. So I'm with Cam Hayward. It's about the team and playing a different way to where they don't have to put Ben in these dicey situations of getting hit or having to throw the ball too much.
And, Chris, there was constant reporting late last year that there were issues with his knees, not just one, but both of them.
Right.
And he never was on the injury report late in the year for his knees. And, my only way to thread that needle is to say, hey, he's got arthritis or some condition that you don't get treatment for. You just deal with it. There's nothing you can do. You deal with it. So he doesn't get treatment. He doesn't show up on the injury report. He doesn't miss games, but he's hampered by it. And I think that's got to be a concern going into this season. If there was something like that he didn't get treatment for, if they weren't hiding the injury, and they got whacked in 2019 for not disclosing the elbow injury that ultimately went in week 2. So I'd like to think that they didn't go back to that well again and not properly disclose the nature and extent of his knee injuries. But that's a real factor. He's another year older. Remember I said they got just far enough removed from the end of the season to get themselves all worked up in their own little echo chamber as to what they could be this year, and they got juiced up about the possibility of bringing him back. And everything was glass half full. Yeah. And if we get a running back, and they did, and if we can work on our running game, and they will, it can be better. It can be different. And Cam Hayward is singing off of that same sheet of music.
Yeah, he is. So, of course, it's the team's built. He's been told what they're doing. Cam Hayward knows, hey, we're bringing Big Ben back. He's probably heard from the coaches. Offense is going to change their style of play. So this is what we talk about. Like, when you formulate a team in the offseason and you want it to like kind of come together in the offseason. Yeah, now you got a team that's kind of got a goal and a purpose. And now here we go. The 2021 Steelers are coming about. They kind of know the new plan of attack. Here's our team. Here's our quarterback. All of those things. And as we discussed last year, of course, they're way closer to the top than the bottom. And, I think you're spot on with, I think, the Brady and Buccaneers and how they look at that. They probably look at it the same way. And that defense, of course, is Buccaneers-type dominant too. So why wouldn't they be able to do the same way? It's all going to hinge on the thing we've talked about, I'm going to say every other week this offseason. Can this damn O-line come together? Can Mike Tomlin give this team the attitude and toughness that you and I have discussed so much in training camp and everything like that to get Najee Harris and this run game to be a real part of their team?
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.